Folks, Tony's here. First of all, I apologize. I've been away for a while. I've been working on a system non-stop. It's all final. Final is all here. I'll give you a quick brief on the software and what to expect in this version 3, which is coming in a combined analysis between the retail trader, CFTC, or which is known as COD data, and a new feature, which is news sentiment within the software automatically. Without further ado, let's just get started. So on the settings tab, you have a load interval data where you can select if you want a one day worth of data, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and all available data on the server. I prefer to go with 2 weeks or a month. 2 weeks will give you a good insight about retail trader positions and is a bit faster of loading data. Once you select that, you click Start Auto Update. Now it's running and it's going to update the data every 5 minutes. For now, I'm going to stop it. So I'm going to show you how everything works. And then on the right side, you have a theme where you can select between blue and black. You have your license information here. Once your license is expired, you can renew it here, send a request. And you have a CFTC data downloader, which is downloading data directly from the government website, CFTC website. I already downloaded data today, so I don't need to do it again, but simply want to do it, I click OK. You can select as many years as you want. You can go back based on all the available data on CFTC website, but I prefer 1 year worth of data. It's quite enough to get an insight about the institutional positions within the market. This is just on the right side, and you have just on the right side you have just the database status, and then at the bottom, which is very handy to keep eye on it always. If you have any errors, feel free to feed it back to me so I can fix that. Yeah, so that was all about the settings tab. On the first tab, which you have retail traders positions, you have a pair selector options where you can select between the pairs. Right now there's only 9 pairs, which I did it in purpose because I needed to run the software and do all the tests, make sure that all is correct. It's all good now. I will bring all the 26 Forex pairs within the software, so you can select between your pairs that you want to trade on and get the live positions. You have an interval. Just one thing I want to mention here before I go. So here, when I said you select auto, you click auto update, and then the software updates every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, it gives you 5 rows of data, not only 1 row. So if you look at this, the is between 2119, 22, 23. So it's every minute. Yeah, so 2 minutes actually is missing here. So probably I haven't run that software that time. But you get 5 rows, which is 5 minutes of data, and then you have a time interval where you can click and select, and you can select the 5 minutes interval. Some people don't want to see 1 minute, or you can see 15 minutes, or you can go any further for 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour, or daily. So I'll go with 4 hour. This is for today, Friday, 27th of February. If you select this one here on a calendar date, you can select a specific date, or you can select all data available in your database, and you can select daily, so you can see how retail trader positions change over days, or you can go weekly. Yeah. So let's go back to 1 hour, and I do want to see the daily, so I can explain the table here, what sort of data you have. So if you go on the 27th, yeah. So basically you have the time, the pair, the long percentage, long contracts and long volumes, and change in long volumes, and then same thing goes for shorts until change in short positions. These two columns with the formattings are very important to keep eye on it. So you see how the retail traders are closing long contracts and opening short contracts. So that means opening more short volumes and closing longs in the market, and then the price action. And then another column which gives you the net position of the retail traders, their net volumes. And then we have absolute long, short volumes and cumulative long or short volumes. What these columns mean, this is the retail trader's position change starting the day, starting like 12 midnight of 27th of February till 9 p.m. So how retail traders' position changed over time since opening the market. If you look at this, so they were closing longs, opening shorts, closing long. How the cumulative volume changed. The cumulative volumes on the long side have reduced and open more short positions or volumes. At the bottom, this is a quite very handy chart, very small chart you have here, which shows you volume flow for the selected pair. So where you can see recent traces are net short here, and then you can switch between volumes and contracts. It's very important to look at the contracts always as well. The baseline is from previous day's baseline. So this is their previous day average and how they are playing with their positions opening today's market. The second tab, you have the volume order book, nothing changed, it's all the same. So where if we look at Euro USDs, they are closing longs and on opening short volumes on Friday. Trade chart, it's something quite unique, and it's something I always wanted to have. You have two bands, which one to call dynamic bands and the other one is static bands. Please make sure that do not rely on these bands, on the dynamic bands, because they are dynamic and they are changing, they are redrawing. But while on the other side, the static bands is not moving and they are static. That's why I call them dynamic. That's why I call this one static. The reason I call this dynamic is because you get a magic numbers here. This is the magic number for long positions and short positions. If you look at this, on Friday, retail traders were 6 million long, 6 million lots. Yes, that's a magic number. And 7.8 million short in the market. So guess what's going to happen? Prices going higher. So basically, you can use this while you see retail traders are betting to go short. This is these are the high potential area where you can enter the market, exit the market. Here, if you look at another pair, look at AUD USD, beautifully respecting the bands. I am not going to say that the price is always respecting these two bands or always reversing from the short bands to the long bands or vice versa, but the price is respecting those bands most of the times. The second tab is the weekly view. The weekly view is I will leave this for you. For now, I will just give you a quick brief on this one. The yellow line you see here is the rescaled price. This is not the actual price you see on the chart, but what you get here is the price movement within two main bands, which is based on retail traders' long and short contracts and their volumes, how the volumes are moving and what the price is doing. So if you look at this, the price is moving up to opening all the pending contracts at the high and then moving down and then triggering all that short pending contract as at the bottom and then reverse back. Again, this is not always happening as it is. This needs to be used in combination with the whole analysis together. In an example here, so when I see retail trader, when I see the price, at the pending short contracts, when it triggers all the contracts, and then when I see the price on the static bands is hitting the lower bands, that is a perfect example or a perfect scenario to enter the market rather than enter the market up here. No, you're going to enter the market down here. I will be explaining and sharing lots of trade examples and how to do this. Now this is 1 day view. If you select a weekly view, this gives you a whole week view for the last week from 23rd of February to 27th of February. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Why? Yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So you look at this, how price is respecting, how the price is moving from the long pending contracts to the shorts and opening all the short contracts and moving up, and then price is just basically swinging in between up and down. Again, price is not always moving up and down. Sometimes prices at the very low, but retail traders are opening more or there is more pending short contracts below, and the prices are dropping. Let's talk about the combined analysis after I talked about the CFTC. So that was all about retail traders data, where you can have live positions with a really great insight of the change, and then the volume of the book, and then you have the charts, the trade charts, or the static bands, what you call it, and the dynamic one. Keep eye on these magic numbers. And then let's move on to the CFTC. So this is the summary of the CFTC. This gives you all the summary of what the CFTC data is and what is included in the software. And this is the statistic of your current database for the code data or CFTC. You have 3 main groups, which is legacy, disaggregated, and financials, which are the trading financial market and on the website. You have a period to select if you want to select all data in your database, or 6 months, 3 months, or YTD. Let's select all. And then the automatic reports, you can switch between that. Legacy are those known as commercials and non-commercials. Disaggregated mostly can be used for commodities and trading oil and oil golds. And trading financial markets are the leverage funds, banks. The supplementals, I'll bring the supplemental in as well. Supplementals are not completed if you want to more trade, like if you are more into stocks. Let's go with the legacy. By the way, there's two when it comes to commercials and non-commercial positions, or better say legacies. There's 2 types on the website. On the CFTC website, one is futures only, one is combined, where you always better to look at the combined. I will leave this for you to look at. So what is the difference between the combined and only futures? Okay, in terms of contracts, you can find every single available contracts on the CFTC websites in the software. Software downloads every single contract for you. Currencies, gold, commodities. If you are into stocks, cryptocurrencies, futures, every single contract is available on CFTC websites. So I'm just scrolling down. These are all the available contracts in the software. So for now, you don't have to scroll all the way up and down. If you want to trade, let's say, British pound, if you want to look at British pound, I'll just simply press B on my keyboard, and that's British pound. So now, right now, I am on legacy, which is commercial and non-commercials. So what do you get here? You get a table for non-commercials, and commercials, and the non-reportable traders in the market. I think this table is a very well-known structure of looking at the CFTC. But what is new in here in the software? These are nothing fancy. This is just their positions. They're long or short positions. This is their total positions, and this is where the sentiment analysis starts in here, where you can where it gives you an insight about how aggressive they are, or what's the market's bias in here. Is it bullish, bearish? Simply, when you hover your mouse on any column or any row, it gives you a quick insight and analysis on that for that specific data. And and then the net column, which is the net positions, which is summarized for you. What is the sentiment? What is the strength? What is the direction? And what is the calculation behind these numbers? How these numbers have been calculated? So, and all these charts, be careful about these. I'll be explaining a lot with trade examples, how to combine all this together. But nothing is here for no reason. Everything's here for a reason. So this is like a very high levels, extreme levels, where it shows extreme bull, so non-commercial are extremely bullish, and then so on. You can look at another contract, which mini S&P 500, or you want to look at euro, which is sorry, I can't see that. You can look at euro positions. You want to look at gold. Simply press G on the keyboard. It's gold. You want to look at oil. That's oil, Brent or West Texas. And Aussie, Australian dollar. Or you want to trade Bitcoin, looking at non-commercial positions for Bitcoin, for silver, or S&P annual index, and so on. So that was legacy. And then you've got disaggregated. So once you come in here, you select disaggregated. As I said, futures or combined. Always go for combined. If you are trading only futures, go futures. And then you select the contracts you want to see disaggregated traders positions for that contract. Who are the disaggregated? The disaggregated are money manager, producers, swaps, and non-reportable. Producers are very important when it comes to trading gold, because we know there are gold producers out there, and they are also part of the trading in the market. So their positions is quite important to look at, how they are trading on gold in the market. I assume they know what's going on better than everyone, because they are producing all gold. And then you have trader in financial markets. Who are they? Trader in financial markets are asset managers, dealers, leveraged funds, others, which are unknown contracts, and non-reportables. I will assume the others retail traders positions probably. The same analysis, same details analysis have been contacted on trading financial market as well. So you're welcome to look at any type of contract you want, any sort of contract. As I said, currencies, cryptocurrencies, commodities, and stocks. Then you have sentiment indicator, which is a quite good analysis. It's been conducted for the selected contract and group you're selecting. It's quite a summarized statistic at the top, where you have the net positions for. And now we are on the trading financial markets, who are asset managers, dealers, leverage funds. And then you can see the summarized positions. Below you have a chart between the difference. What's the difference between the two main within the group, asset managers and dealers? At the bottom you have a reversal indicator. Please do not take this reversal indicator as a trading reversal indicator. This is just an insight to give you how to see where the contracts are, or let's say the groups are. Are they at a very extreme high or at a very extreme low? So when it's at the extreme high, doesn't mean the price is rising straight. No, it just tells you how aggressive they are. And once you select another pair, and then everything is updating automatically for that selected pair. So if you look at the trading financial markets on Bitcoin, they are quite aggressive. If you select legacy, you see they're also very aggressive on Bitcoin. Then we come to combined analysis, which is combined analysis of mine, which I believe the analysis is based on the theory that the market is always, not always up, it's better to say most of the time, is moving against retail traders' positions in the market. So what the combined analysis does for you, when you select any pair, it grabs the CFTC or code data for that selected pair and compares it to the retail traders. Know this is a live updated analysis. Every time when the retail traders' position are changing, the analysis is changing. So right now, what this tells me, the retail traders are short, but the institutionals are long. So if we're looking at this, what happened on Friday, let's look at this. Retail traders are short and institutionals are buying. What happened with the price? That's on Friday. That's a opening price, and then that's a closing price. I guess price is moving in direction of the big boys in the market. This is a summary here, and that's both sides positions. If you look at this, institutionals are buying, retail traders are selling, so price is moving in direction of the institutionals. This is a sentiment wedge down here, which is quite handy. Whenever I see institutions are buying, retail traders are selling, this is my ideal setup that I prefer to see to go into the markets. Do not take trades based on this signal it gives you here. This is just a hint that it gives you to monitor the change, the position to change. Yeah. So on this one, AUD/USD, it tells you long bias. Why? Because institutions are buying and retail traders are selling. Should we look at AUD/USD? That's on Friday. So if you're trading in the direction of the institutionals, like looking to buying AUD/USD rather than selling, you would be making some profit. Who knows? AUD/USD for the last week, that's what we had buying. So I assume based on this analysis, this is because we just updated the CFTC data today. AUD/USD buyers still will be bullish for next week, as long as retail traders are selling. But we have to be careful here. Retail traders are at 93% on their short. Last but not least, news sentiment. I always wanted to have a software that brings me every news in the markets. So and it does a quick news sentiment analysis for me, not me jumping around all that websites that I don't know what website I look at. I don't have to remember the URL, the links to the website, nothing at all. I don't need that anymore. So I built this. So where you have the news sentiment, once you click the tab, it's telling you fetching news. You have to just be patient, a few seconds. It's updating the news for you, and yeah, within seconds you get all the related news in the market for the following categories: for stocks, currency, crypto, commodities, indices, central banks, global news, banking, corporate, technology, energy. And when you select any of those, all the news below here is going to be updated based on that selected category. Just selected this one, and once it's updated, the fetching news updates, it just keeps updating every 5 minutes. I might stop the auto update of the news because that might cause slow the app, the software. So that tells you all updated. That's it. All the news have been updated. So if you want to look at Forex, once you select Forex, you get all the news related to Forex. Or cryptocurrencies. Let's go cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies down here. And when you have this, basically, if you click here, it opens the link for you. If I announce the news, if you want to read more about the news, if I click on this one, it goes straight to that trading view, Bitcoin price action analysis. Somebody just did it, and then you get all the other related news for Bitcoin points under 66 K, crypto sentiment index story, blah blah blah. You can read all that. If I want to go to Forex, I get all the news are related to Forex. That's US export of refined petroleum products, carry on clean products, and so on. So if I want to carry on and read that, what is there inside here? How it affects the US dollar. I prefer to look at the high impact news when I get the high impact ones. So this one has a high impact news on USD CAD. So this news might be published now, but I don't know this website. I'm not chasing the website all the time to see the all the updated news. Either it's fundamentals, politicals, or technicals on any pair. So I'll be missing this, and then that's where your sentiment analysis is incomplete. But with having the software, you can monitor where you get any news. So that's it, folks. I will see you in the next video. I hope you all have a nice weekend.